Today on Talk Show with Remi and Connor.
And that's just like not somewhere that I've ever wanted to be. I don't want to stay.
I asked you.
Please.
Oh my.
I have my lips zipped. Go ahead.
Have you and Connor ever hooked up?
Megan Trainor said that to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say this very clearly. Megan, I wasn't meant to be funny.
I know, but like.
That's my job description.
Ooh, I'm so fired up.
Woo!
Let's go.
Hi, Connor. How are you today?
Hello, Remi. Oh, sorry, I
Are you
interrupted
happy to be here? I am.
I'm over the moon to be here, Remi, and to talk.
I think this is episode 4. Am I right?
I think that this is recording for, and it will be released next week while you're abroad, studying abroad.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm studying abroad.
While you're studying overseas, and we will release our fifth recording as the 4th episode. So this is technically episode 5.
So Connor, what's new? How's your week going?
Week is good. Week is surprisingly good. I went to Vegas this weekend again.
Oh yeah, what were you doing there?
It
Like
was
why?
just Vegas.
Wild. Did you like do anything crazy?
Yeah, I did a lot of crazy stuff.
What? Everyone wants to
So
know.
get this. So I was up in Idaho for my Mimi's birthday. I posted about 90 times because at altitude I drink the same amount I would drink at sea level, and I forget about the effects of that. But so I posted 100 times about Mimi's birthday. She's 78, lovely woman, tiny, so tiny. She's like 90 pounds. She is like a little miniature person. Anyways, we had her birthday, and then I got invited to go to Vegas on Friday, and I was like, absolutely, let's go. Sun Valley is where I was in Idaho, and it's so tiny. And we left, and my parents were going back to Houston where they live, and I flew to San Francisco and needed to connect to LAX because I had a podcast that I had to do at 1 p.m. in LA.
Mhm.
And then I would go back to LAX, and that was in Santa Monica. And then I'd go back to LAX, get on my flight to Vegas at 5:30, get there at 6:30, whatever. So then go to San Francisco airport. My flight is supposed to depart at 10:30, gets delayed till 12:20, gets delayed till 2:20, gets delayed till 4 o'clock. So I eventually just reroute. I eventually just got a different flight at 4 p.m. to go to Vegas. We take off from San Francisco into Vegas, and as we're going down, have my AirPods in, can't really hear what I feel us go back up. And I'm like, no, this is not happening. And it was happening. It wasn't vertigo. We were going up. And I pull my headphones down. They're like, guys, it's too hot to land in Vegas. We're going to LAX. And so at this point, I get into LAX. I'm like, I'm not coming to Vegas. They're like, you're coming to Vegas. You have to come. It's going to be an amazing weekend. Every person on the planet's in Vegas.
You were. I'm like a little confused. You flew to Vegas and then
I
they
know.
just like didn't land, and then you flew back to LA.
They announced that Vegas airport had shut down for a heat advisory. It was 118 degrees. I don't know what
Oh my God.
planes, what their capacity for heat is. I imagine it's not 120 degrees. I don't know anything about. I'm like, I was an engineering major in college. I had to switch out because I failed everything. But there's probably some mechanics that are over my head there that were at play. Anyways, I get to LAX. I'm like, I'm not coming. They're like, you have to come. They sent me a car. I got in a car with this lovely man named Rodrigo. We drove the 4.5 hours to Vegas, get into Vegas at 1 a.m. We go straight to G-Eazy. I meet G-Eazy outside of his concert. He brings me in. Sit, whatever. He was lovely. He was very intoxicated, which is a great personality trait if you can handle it.
What do you mean he brought you in? Like, how did he know who
I
you
was
were?
like, I'm so late to get here. I'm here to see you. And he's like, dude, come in with me. He brings me in. I didn't have to play any games. Anyways, I leave like halfway through a show, go to Diplo and Bieber. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm very jealous about that.
Megan Fox and MGK came and sat at our table. They're giant. They're like so tall and they're like gods.
Wait, why,
yeah.
Why were they at your table? Oh, you were there for like was that
like
this
an
the
event
Triller thing or something?
Yeah, it was Triller. I'm done talking. I'm sorry. It was like so jam packed of like a weekend that like it was so nonstop. Ice Cube started his own basketball league. The Big
I know.
Three.
I saw this all over social media. Like every single freaking person in the world was there, and I was like, "Wait, that's a little rude. I wasn't invited to anything there."
Well, I was definitely like a late term invitee based on the story that I just told. Anyways,
Speaking of airplanes,
yeah.
this is like a crazy story, but yesterday or 2 days ago, my dad was flying on like American Airlines and flying to Arkansas. He has to go there for work like once a month.
Mhm.
And they basically like told them like, unfortunately, like we're crashing. And they thought, and they thought it was hijacked for like an hour. All communication went off with the pilots, and it was a whole thing. My dad got up. It was like everyone was crying. Like they were like, my dad was like, in my life, I never thought this would be the end. And I was like, and my text was once I found out he was okay after, because he only texted my mom and was like basically like goodbye. And then I was like, well, I just think it's very rude you didn't text me. Like, why did he forget to text me during this time?
I'm sure he was like, you can tell the kids. I'm just going to send one text. You know, it's hard for parents to text. He's
Remi
probably
will
like,
figure it out. Like, I'm
going to
just gonna
save.
text you. Like, I was like, wow,
as if either of our dads is going to figure out how to work a group text finally on his like last 2 minutes on Earth. No.
Yeah, on my dad's
he's gonna butt dial you and be like, "Oh my god, I didn't even mean to call you, but also I'm going down in a plane." This was a butt dial though, my bad. But leave you like a 4-minute voicemail on accident. What I was gonna say, I have two things to quickly say. One, who hijacks a plane to Arkansas? I mean, no one should hijack a plane, obviously, but like
that's really true.
What would be the purpose there?
Yeah.
And two, I forgot the other thing, but it was good. And I guess maybe if it comes back to me, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
But and then you're off. You're off to study abroad this week. Or when do you leave?
Well, when is this air? This is going to be next week?
Next week.
No, it's going to be the week after. So I guess this doesn't make sense.
Oh, right. Remi, where are you right now?
No, am I going to be there? Yeah. I'm actually in Greece.
And it was so amazing of you to travel with all of your recording equipment.
Yeah, I'm actually in Greece. Can we just
And
say this is pre-recorded?
I mean, I'm sure we get the magic of editing.
Yeah. I'm actually going to Greece next week, so we're pre-recording this right now, but I'm going to Mykonos. I've never been there before. I'm so freaking excited.
Mykonos is awesome.
I'm actually going on with Revolve. And it's like a 6-day trip, bringing my sister, and I'm just like ready to rumble. I'm very excited for this.
Oh, I'm like stoked for you, and I've seen people are already arriving. I think they're doing a little bit of like vacay before the work settles in.
Are they? I didn't even realize
I don't know. It could be a fully separate group, but like based on the people that I'm talking about.
I also just think like a lot of people are going to Greece right now, which is maybe it's that time of year. I've never been, but like I'm ready to experience what I've always wanted to. Like ever since I saw Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, I've wanted to go to Greece, and now it's my time.
Naturally. I used to holiday in Greece in Mykonos. I'm just kidding. I went one time.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Wow. No, I went one time. I wasn't even invited. My family was going, and then I lost my internship, and they were like, I guess you can come. And got in a huge fight. Remi and I like had to come to Jesus over the weekend or actually, I guess last week, we both get in fights with our families. And they're like, fine. Then I'm running away. And I'm like, we're both in our 20s.
I went home to my family house, was there for like 3 days, fighting with my whole family. They told me to leave, packed up all my bags. Then like right when I was leaving and packed everything, my dad's like, sorry, stay. And I'm like, okay. And that was the end. But I like called Connor and I'm like, I'm not going to lie to you and pretend I'm having a happy time with my family right now when I'm actually getting kicked out of my house. So I thought I'd tell you the truth. And he's like, it's fine. Like that happens to me too.
Get this. When we were spending holiday in Greece, in Mykonos one time, I get in a huge fight with my family. We are staying on one side of the island, and I'm not going to remember where it is. I think it's by like Scorpio. I was not going there to party. We were there to like straight up just like...
I'm going there. Scorpios.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to have a blast. It was really like eye-opening. Anyways, we're staying right there next to Scorpio, and on the other side of the island is all the windmills and the glorious, like the restaurants right on the cliff and the like people go there for sunset. I get in a big fight with my family, and I had already lost my credit card. And so they are like, we're taking the bus across the island, and I'm like, well, cool, whatever, I'm not coming. And then like I'm just like, oh, that instant regret of a decision you make in a fight with your parents. It's like I should have gone. I'm gonna regret this for the rest of my life. I'm walking, and I don't know the mileage from one side of the other to the other island, but like I walked from Scorpio like to the windmills, and I don't have service, obviously. So I like get all the way over there. I think like, I'm like, okay, I cleared my head. It took me like 4.5 hours. I cleared my head. I'm sure that my family's fine. They're not talking to me still when I get over there. I meet a lovely girl, Greek girl, in a coffee shop. She gives me the Wi-Fi. We hang out for like 2 hours.
Did you guys hook up?
No, she showed me around. She introduced me to this large
Because I have been hearing all over TikTok lately that you've been making out with girls all over.
I'm going through something. I think I'm going through a phase.
I am running on 3 hours of sleep. That's why I'm yelling. And
I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, I like this version.
I'm like overly tired, so I'm very hyper right now. But I think that I'm gonna just crash and burn in like an hour. What about you?
And that's okay because we will get through this in an hour. I feel I'm great. I like housed like 4 coffees before this.
Oh, I feel like you're always great. Like I just want one day to be like I'm not great.
I'm an actor, and I'm also too prideful, so I'll never say I'm not great.
Okay.
But
at least you're honest.
Yeah, so I'll be honest right now. But no, I feel really good. I'm really excited. You know what they say about lack of sleep? They say, and I made this up just.
You said that. No, you said this to me before, and it was amazing. Say it right now.
Every hour less than 8 hours of sleep that you get is equivalent to having a glass of wine. So if you
like, I've literally never heard that, and I love it because it's true.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that you get like punchy and you are like making jokes and you're goofy and like it feels like being drunk, right? Like a little bit or like a little bit.
It's kind of what we
buzzed.
Talked about on the podcast with Brie. How like when you're hungover, because like I feel like that also adds into being tired. I'm like that like goofiest like version of myself, like a freak.
Exactly. It plays into it in some huge way. So.
Wait, also, I was like so exhausted today, like really not about the day. And I went to lunch by myself because I was like, all right, I'm going to eat before going through a miserable day being tired. And I went there and this lady came up to me and was like, I thought she was going to say like, hi, are you Remi, whatever. And she was like, I love your phone case. Like, I really want to get it for my daughter. And I was like, okay. And I was like, it's actually Casetify, and like showed her it. And then she was like, you have a psychic ability. And I'm like, wait, what? And she was like, you're happy on your face with those dimples, but you're not happy in your heart. And I think that we need to talk. And he loves you, but maybe not enough. Who's he? Did I ask for this advice? I'm happy. Thank you very much. I don't want to talk.
I'm thinking someone maybe got less sleep than you did. Believe it or not.
And then she goes, can I have your phone number? Like, I don't want to take out my card and them to think in the restaurant I'm being weird. And I was like, no, just give me your card. No worries. I ain't giving you my phone number. It was very strange.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the mood to get, deep down. Maybe I'm not the happiest all the time, but like.
Where'd you go to lunch? Where was lunch today?
I decided to like kind of pamper myself today because I was in like.
Good for you.
I am in a bad mood when I'm tired. Like I'm not happy. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll do some nice things for myself. I got a facial this morning and then I went to Bergdorf's and I went to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
nice.
I know I sound fancy, but like, honestly, like it was just not really the vibe. But anyways, went to the 7th floor. Everyone was 80 and then it was me.
No pressure though. No pressure to be on your phone.
Yeah.
Or like, have something out in front of you so you're not eating by yourself.
Yeah, so it was just, it was fine. I wanted to have a little nice time alone.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into getting this like crazy,
Oracle situation.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, that's been my day and now I'm here.
Okay, well, we're going to get you, I know you have a lot to do today. We're going to get you to sleep soon enough, I promise. We got to get that 8 hours in before you study abroad.
But I am excited for our guest today from TikTok that we all know and love, and especially well, at Lady Efron, Brooke Averick.
Averick
or yes. Averick? Shoot.
It's both ways. I don't know. She never corrects either way, but
yeah,
Averick is probably correct. It sounds better to me. Rolls off the tongue. But
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's so exciting. It's gonna be so fun. I feel like we're just gonna fly through it. She's gonna be an amazing guest.
TikTok new features and trends of the week.
This is one of those rollout features. Every week we have these features that roll out to random people. And TikTok, the interface is pretty hard to like opt in and out of features. So I don't know if this is available to everybody, but I do know that there's a new feature where, and the live, have you been going live at all recently?
I haven't recently. I was a lot more, but I haven't recently.
Well, so there's this situation that happened, I guess, internally where they changed all the gifts from the top gift was like a $50 gift, which is absurd, to like this top gift is now like a $5 gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine it's because a lot of young kids were probably taking their parents' credit cards and sending like $10, $50 gifts to
my God.
like a gamer. But anyway, so they started switching that up, and now we're seeing that you can actually send a gift to creators in their comment section. Seen it on a couple larger creators' pages. I don't know if it's available to everyone again, but the gifting is switching up, and they're up to something over there. But I'm
want
excited.
Gifts.
I know everybody wants a gift. But I don't know. Maybe it's another way for like monetization of content, which is always good for creators because it's hard out here, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome.
You know, there's also a trend going around that I keep seeing everywhere, but I have yet to try.
You know that I like a good trend. You know that about me, right?
Yeah, Connor. Pasta chips. Have you tried those?
Tell me more. No, my ears are perked.
Ella, our friend Ella, we have a mutual friend, Ella McFadden.
Ella Rose.
She made the pasta chips last night. She said they were a 6 out of 10, but they are all over TikTok, and you basically just make chips out of pasta and then put it.
I'm hearing
in something
is a pasta and a chip, two great food groups.
Yeah,
I'm doing it tonight.
I just tried the trending pasta chips, and they're worth all the hype. Start by cooking pasta and mixing it with olive oil, Parmesan cheese, and spices. Air fry at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, tossing halfway through. I served it with a whipped feta dip made with feta cheese, Greek yogurt, garlic, and olive oil. They're so easy to make and so good.
No, you're not. I feel like you're not.
I'm not. I'll get distracted. I won't even remember this conversation in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're lying. So, and then there's also, which I don't like this trend, garlic in the nose. So, stuffing garlic up your nose to relieve congestion, which is disgusting. But people are doing it. What do you think about that?
I have to tell you something. When I was younger, I have had 2 situations where I've shoved things up my nose. And both of them, I think that's where like I've only had a couple panic attacks in my life. I had a panic attack in both these situations. One, there's a little I think where the stem is on a tangerine, and they smell so good when you pop them. They pop them off, and my mom would always pack a tangerine in my or like a cutie, and I'd pop it off, and I would always like smell it. One time I was like, what if I just leave it in my nose because I can smell it all day? And I did that. Had to leave school. The second one, it was a pack of Smarties, and I got one just like lodged up in my nostril. So I've actually had 2 of these. I won't be participating in the garlic trend, though. I love the idea.
Honestly, I don't believe you, and I feel like you are going to be the person to participate in the garlic trend. But whatever you say. I
was going to say, I love the idea. Like if it's opening their sinuses, I'm happy for them. The doctor is just saying, don't overdo it. Okay. But obviously, people are desperate for views. Me, so I may.
There's
be doing
another trend going around. I don't know what it's like called, but you know the one where they're like, there's a group of people like dancing in the back, and they're like this. And then someone, can you explain what's going on there?
That one? It's like, I am the moment here. Like,
yeah, I love that. So, I actually love that, and I don't love a lot of trends, and I think it's funny.
think the reason, I mean, obviously the video is awesome. Like it appeals to that. Like I'm addicted to this video for some reason. It's so pleasing to watch. Mm-hmm. But also, I've watched it 1,000 times because I watched each individual's face. There's like 6 people in the video. I watch them, and they all are just like stoked when it gets to the beat dropping. But that is not all that I'm stoked about because, obviously, Aquarium of the Pacific is all over TikTok. We see them going live all the time. They work really closely with the TikTok team. But this week is Shark Week. I am so fired up on Shark Week. It's
unfortunately don't care, but I'm happy that you're excited.
Oh my God, it always comes right when I need it. You just sit there and you watch, and it's mostly reruns, but it just feels good. It does something to my body and brain. It feels awesome.
Are you the kind of person that like sits there and it's like, drink when you see a shark or something?
No, I'm full blown just like enthralled in ocean life,
shark life,
and I love it. And I always loved. There's one. What's that? Planet Earth, when they would do the underwater shut one that's like an hour long. I watched all of it, and I watched Octopus Teacher, the other night instead of The Bachelor, and My Octopus Teacher, I think it's called.
Not familiar.
If you have enough time and like are just like not sure what to watch, just watch it. I'm curious. It's very polarizing.